That's my purse, Eva said. How did it get here? Eva picked up her bag and began rifling through it. Meanwhile, something else had caught Laura's eye. She limped forward and felt a sudden chill. There was a black-handled knife with a long, sharp blade lying on the side of the road. She gingerly picked it up. The knife was engraved with a strange symbol on one side of the blade. Laura turned to Eva, who was growing more frantic. My phone isn't here, Eva said. But at least they didn't take any money. It's strange, though. They also left the coat and my house keys. This is even stranger, Laura said, holding up the knife. This was on the ground. Laura handed Eva the knife and she turned it over in her hands. One of those assholes must have dropped it when they left my purse here. Maybe, Laura said. A deep feeling of unease began to creep over her. The morning sky was growing pale as the rain let up. Laura became increasingly certain that something was not right. It was a hunch that she couldn't explain, but she knew they weren't alone. She looked toward the tree line and thought she saw something moving, something stalking them, watching them. Laura turned to Eva. She had little doubt that something was out there lurking, waiting. Her thoughts were interrupted as she looked at Eva in the soft morning light. She was shaking violently under the light rain as if she were having convulsions. Her shoulders trembled in an irregular rhythm. Eva? Are you all right? Laura whispered. As Eva turned to meet her gaze, Laura let out a scream. The young blonde's usual gorgeous features had become completely twisted. Her eyes fluttered madly and her teeth chattered uncontrollably. Eva, you're scaring me. Quit it. Eva took 2 shaky steps toward Laura, still gripping the knife. The blade glinted with a ghostly light. Laura! Eva's voice resonated with desperation and fear. It was her voice, yet it didn't sound like her. Run! Laura! Eva took a few more wobbly steps before stumbling and nearly losing her balance. Her eyes were vacant. Laura's fear reached a new primal dimension. She turned around and tried to run, but her knee gave out and a searing pain shot through her leg. Laura screamed and fell to the gravel on the side of the road, scraping her hands. She tried to get up, but it was too late. Eva had already reached her and jumped on top of Laura, immobilizing her. Laura felt a sharp pain as the knife cleaved her ribs and punctured her lung. She tried to scream, but the air and blood met in her throat and all she could manage was a low gurgle. The knife came down again, and the specter of death began washing over Laura, though she barely realized it. Soon, her last glimmer of consciousness drifted to the other side, enveloped in a cloud of agony, grief, and the big question. Why? Eva plunged the knife into Laura another 12 times before abruptly stopping. Blood was everywhere. On her hands, her dress, even on the tips of her hair. Tears rolled down her cheeks, a mixture of dread and horror in her eyes. Eva labored to her feet and stood over her dead friend's body. With deliberate care, she began to make long, deep cuts into her own arms and legs, producing a complex red arabesque that crisscrossed her skin and caused great pain. Suddenly, she drove the knife into her stomach until the blade disappeared. The blow sent Eva to her knees. Her head hit the asphalt and her vision blurred. Laura's body was inches away, a grimace of confusion still painted on her face. An icy sensation crept across Eva as blood poured from her wounds. And as the life slowly drained from her body, she watched as they peered out from the forest.